it's Lori Alvarez. Yes, and welcome back to Real Estate with Soul, the podcast. So I'm your guide, right, to all things real estate and life transitions done with a little bit of heart, some strategy, and a lot of soul, right? And we have been talking continuously about what it's like to buy and sell at the same time, or sell and buy at the same time. So here's some truths for you. It's not easy. Heck, no, it isn't easy, right? It's super challenging. I mean, previous episodes, I discussed this. I went over the things of how you could do it and how it is so possible. And yet it can totally go sideways. And so what do I mean by it goes sideways? Your worst nightmare. What is your absolute worst nightmare when you sell your home to buy another? Just like, what do you think? Oh, I didn't get my dream home. It came on the market and I missed it. Heck yeah, that can happen. For certain, that can happen. So you have to get your house on the market to be able to buy the dream home. What else could happen? Well, I got my dream home, but my house isn't sold. What do I do? Oh, that one is scary too. What do you do? Hey, the truth is you got to get your house ready and you got to get it ready quick. So I hope and I pray that your house is immaculate. It's ready to go. Like it's picture perfect. And yeah, it's not. They never are, right? You got kids, you got dogs. Oh my gosh, talk about dogs. We're training a couple of pups in our house. One isn't as successful as the other. So I would just say, don't get puppies right before you're going to move. Get them after you move. Okay, back to the podcast. Sorry, that was just my personal drama happening in the home right now. Right, Nolan? Because Nolan's puppy is being outperformed right now. So anyways, back to the podcast. It's tough having a home and kids and dogs and cats. Oh my gosh, you've got to sell your house to move to another house and you have big dogs in your backyard. So you can't stay anywhere else, right? That is another terrible drama, because what do you really do? Can you just, send your dogs to puppy daycare or send your dogs to the neighbor? Well, if you have an amazing neighbor, I suppose you could. Most people, though, won't take care of your dogs just like yours, like you would. They just don't do it, right? So it's just not easy. It's really hard to be completely transparent. Let me just tell you, let's not do that. Let's just sell your house, hang out somewhere else, and then buy another house so you don't feel the stress and the drama. I remember my dad did that. He lived with my grandfather, and him and his bride, when they transitioned from one house, they sold it, bought another house. You know how long they hung out with my grandfather in his mobile home till they found that right house? A year. Oh my gosh, that's another nightmare. Could you imagine living with someone else for even a few days, let alone a year, before you buy your next home? Could you imagine? That's no fun either. Look, the reality is there is no easy way to buying another house and selling your house. Your first purchase is your transparently easiest one. And you'll probably be like, oh my gosh, it was not easy. Yes, it was. Because now, remember this, when you go to buy that other house, you got to have an earnest money deposit to drop into escrow for the other house. Shoot, Lori, I can't do that. All my money is tied up in the home I currently live in. I don't have any extra money to just put it into escrow for my next house. So, how do I get over that? Yeah, not easy, right? Let me remind you, this is the reason why you need a great real estate team on your side fighting for you to be able to win in this transaction and allow the other partner on the other side to win as well. We're always looking for the win-win in every real estate transaction we do, right? Nothing's easy about real estate. You have to show your house. You have to write offers and you have to review offers. You'll have tourings of your home. People are going to look at it. They're going to give you feedback. It's not going to feel good because everyone doesn't think your home is wonderful, beautiful. Not everyone loves the world map on the wall. Only I do, right? Look, you're going to have financing that you're going to deal with on both transactions, the new loan, the other loan. Talk about financing. So I had one client, personal story. Here we go. I had one client, we were selling their house and they wanted to buy another. So this is how they wanted me to structure the transaction. They said, Lori, we don't want to make next month's mortgage payment. Please, 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 can we close before the next mortgage payment is due and then close on the new house so then we probably don't have to make a mortgage payment for 2 months? That's a win-win, right? Oh my gosh. Closing on a specific day so you can shift from one house to the other, well, that's about near impossible. Because, say, for example, the buyer decides they have a last minute drama they want to drop in our lap. Yep, it happens always. Their money is delayed. They can't perform as quickly as they thought they could. Something came up and they missed their wire time frame. I mean, the list could go on and on and on. They could say the dog ate the wiring instructions and so I'll wire the funds tomorrow. I mean, honestly, it can be that dramatic. The reality is then they missed their wiring timeline. You now didn't make your payment. And did that day fall on a Friday? So now we have to close on a Monday, which then means you have to be out of your house that same day. Where are you going to hang out until your next house is available? I'm telling you, that, God, that one was one of my worst ones. I think my client ended up having to hang out in a hotel for 3 days because of what happened. Yes, we are all human dealing with, believe me, so many emotions. I mean, they had cats and dogs. I think they got a new puppy too while we were doing this transition. I don't know what anyone was thinking in that one. Look, real estate is not easy. I am being completely transparent with you. I am not perfect. And if you believe on every previous episode that I am and I've ruined it for you, well, you're now duly informed because I am not perfect. And my clients, man, they really had a great idea. It did not work out at all. What I learned from that transaction, right? So anything can happen. This is where I have to say, you're not in it alone. There's a system, a structure, and a strategy to really make this work. And it's a team effort. We all need to be in the conversation, right? So you just need to have an awareness of what's happening. Say you're buying a property in LA County and you're selling a property in San Bernardino County. Well, guess what? San Bernardino County will fund and record on the same day. Not LA County. They fund one day and record the next day. So I've already lost 48 hours in your transaction. You're like, but Lori, what is that? What is funding and recording? Oh, I know. That's how complicated it can be to sell a house, right? It just has so much going on. To add to all of this, you guys have so many memories in your home. You have so many special spots that the puppy might have peed in, right, Nolan? Yeah. And they're just great spots, and you don't ever want to forget about them, right? And now it's an opportunity for you to create new stories in a new space, your new home. It's just what's going to happen. So you have to let your memories be where they are and then make the move to the next home. Oh, this is a good one, Nolan. You'll like this. I was selling one a while back. Yes, I was. And the owners had some beautiful little, what you would call little mini gravestones in the backyard. And they were basically little pet cemetery in the backyard of all their special pets. And yes, you heard it, pet cemetery in the backyard. And the buyers went to do their home inspection. Talk about memories. The buyers went to go do their home inspection, and the agent called me immediately and said, "Oh my gosh, do you have a bunch of dead animals buried in the backyard?" I said, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "There's little like gravestones back there." I said, "Pause, let me call my client." So I called my client, and my client said, "Oh no, 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 no. We just put that back there as memories of our pets that had passed." I'm going to encourage you to remove that kind of stuff in the backyard, because the buyers even wanted us to dig up the old animals. There wasn't any animals there, but they wanted that. And luckily they accepted our word for it, because I don't know how we could have proven that the animals weren't in the backyard. Which reminds me, do you guys know that we buried a sweet little hamster in our backyard? Yeah, you didn't know that, because that was Nathan's hamster. Could you imagine? What's, oh my, Nevin just said, what? Not in our backyard. When did you do that? Oh my gosh. We have 2 hamsters in our backyard? I didn't know we have 2. We'll have to disclose that when we sell. We're never selling. Never, ever. We will not ever sell. Why? Because I like to keep my real estate. So look, it's not easy. Look, Nevin already is crying in the corner because he has to leave his hamster behind that he buried in the backyard. He obviously didn't even tell us he did this. Oh my gosh, how do you disclose everything you've done in a property? And yet you have to. It's just California real estate, right? So look, the reality is you're going to buy and sell at the same time. It's just part of real estate. It's like when you have kids and they have animals and they bury them in the backyard, as you just heard. Like, it just changes. Things change, right? So you need to, one, start with a plan. What's your ideal moving time? Where are you going? What do you really need financially to make this happen? Number two, you need to price your current home correctly. You can't overprice it. It doesn't work in this market. When a seller says to me, Lori, I want to test the market, Lori runs like heck. I'm not working with anyone who's testing the real estate market. We're putting our property on the market, your listing, another Lori's listing, on the market at fair market value so that we can find the win-win for all parties involved. Because, well, there's this guy called the appraiser, and he comes in and determines fair market value, right? And then there's three, we need to use our contingencies smartly. You can write all your offers that say, I'll buy this home once mine sells. But it's all in how it's written and presented by yours truly. That's where the expert negotiation starts and matters. And four, have a backup plan. Temporary housing. Go hang out with grandpa in the mobile home for a year. You will find just that right house. It will be worth the wait. You might even have a short-term selection, right? You'll always find something that makes great sense. And five, hire someone you trust. Seriously, this is someone you can openly talk with. It's not going to be your cousin's best friend, roommate who just got their license. You need someone who knows how to move both sides in sync. Most agents don't even know how to read and write the contract correctly. It is truly a challenge when you're buying and selling at the same time. I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years, and the last one I just did, yeah, it was Rockstar, and they hung out in a hotel for 3 to 4 days because they went against my better advice and decided they wanted to move out and close escrow before they had to make their next payment. So, if you're thinking about making that big move, selling and buying at the same time, you can do it. But don't wing it. Let's sit down together. Let's get clear on your version and let's map it out together. DM me, email me, or just come stop by the office. I had another gentleman right now. He stopped by twice. He's looking for a single story, 4-bedroom, 2-bath home for just under 1.2 here in Laverne. So if you've got one, let me know. I've got a buyer who's ready and willing to purchase that property. Because real estate isn't just about transactions. It's about life transitions. So, are you thinking that you want to make that buy and sell? Or are you thinking, you know what? How about I do an Airbnb? Well, check out episode 79. We talk all about it.